think I've seen this.
Dude, it's crazy. I don't know if it's real for sure.
Upcoming
There's something
event,
funny
Mr.
looking about it.
X's Dungeon and Dragon of Dragons. Realms Reborn.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoopsie. Wait, what? Is that what you like named it, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It is fake.
It didn't say you were live, it just said upcoming event.
See, I don't know, the way that image was thrown on there, I thought so. There was something, like, weird. It wasn't just, like, right shit.
Yeah, I kind of thought so, too. I was like, that bear looks pretty crystally.
Kill!
Why?
You look like you cleaned up your beard.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yes. Yeah.
Come on, get back in camera. We gotta see. Oh man, you did, you trimmed it up.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't leave the camera. I'm trying to get on there. Damn it.
Family photo. Oh, good little boy. How's it going, doggo?
No, don't. Get back up here. Quit jerking the dog off.
I swear, every time we see Midnighter, he has a new setup.
Oh, man.
I know, he's a setup.
It's probably just a different angle.
Oh, there.
Oh,
It's like, I got no hands. I have no...
My hands are in the air.
Oh, never mind. The dog's doing him.
My hands are in the air.
Oh
I'm not touching the dog. I am not touching the dog. That is not me. I am not Ben.
no. Kill, what did you do to the beard? Did you sell it to science?
No, I lost it.
In a beer fight.
In a beer fight.
Alrighty then.
Oh, that like...
Yeah.
So,
Don't be an asshole, Nico.
last time on Dungeons and Dragons, the party had just departed Port Demora on the Sleepless Bastard. What happened next?
Oh god, it's repeated twice. I can't watch this.
Oh shit. A bounty hunter
Nico!
was going after the ship captain. So we fought them. I used my mini spell for the first time.
Yes.
We kicked ass. Taking the ship. I forget what we did with it.
Destroyed it.
Ah, yes.
Massingham did not have enough men to man both ships. As you guys were headed along, you guys were about a week into travel when, yes, you came upon a storm. You guys had chosen to go through instead of around it.
Ah, yes.
How do you mute it? Because it's not working. I have my headphones all the way over to chat only, and I'm still hearing it twice. Oh, through my PlayStation. Maybe I should do that. Switch to the laptop.
Nico!
Yeah, maybe just do that.
Transfer control. It's happening. Bitch. It's happening. It's happening. Come on. This is what you get. Don't be an asshole.
I said that only thing I don't like about the five right now.
What?
You can't have like, instead of having the sound of the ship come out of your teeth,
Alrighty. Alrighty. So, yes. You guys were headed into the storm. So... No, I am not. I am not using the headset. If I remember correctly, I used the headset and he was still having echo problems last week.
Yeah. No one else is getting this? That's because it's you guys, not even me. No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna experiment something right now. No, hold on. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, but it's only from you. That's why I'm gonna try this experiment again. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Alright. So, heading into the storm, this will be a skill challenge. You guys will need 9 successes before 3 failures. The captain, the first mate, and the crew can make rolls. The captain can make 3 rolls. The second mate can make 2 rolls. The crew can make 1 roll. But I will only make rolls for these guys after you guys have made rolls. You guys at least gotta try one. So, the main skills will be athletics to move around the ship, hoist sails, pull like ropes into position, tie knots, such as that. Nature to look at weather patterns, see if they're like clearings in the clouds or something, or like patterns in the waves. It's like, hey, if we head this direction, we'll get into smoother waters and whatnot. Perception to look for clearer areas in the similar to nature, essentially, like you're looking at like, oh hey, if we go that way, blah blah blah. And persuasion to bolster the morale of the crew members as you guys are hustling through this massive hurricane. So those are the main 4. Those are the easiest 4 to use on this skill challenge. You can use any skill you're proficient in, but once you have used the skill, you can't use it again. So if Shadow makes a persuasion check, Combat can make a persuasion check if he wants to, but Shadow can't make another persuasion check. So, who would like to start this skill challenge as the sleepless bastard begins to make its way into the edge of this hurricane?
Can I make a persuasion check against my teammates to increase their morale, which then increases their chances of successful rolls?
I will increase the difficulty class. Like, I guess basically what I'll do is there will be like 2 difficulty class thresholds. There will be the original one, which is to just bolster morale and have a general success towards the skill challenge. If you beat the second higher difficulty class, then yes, the next person who goes on your team will have advantage on their roll. So basically, you have a better chance to succeed, but if you get a really good roll, someone else can benefit from it.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to do it.
Okay, Fred, I'm not crazy here, but I'm watching the sound, and when he talks, I'm seeing your bars go up and down even when he's talking by himself.
You're still crazy, but
Well, yeah, I just normal chaos.
We gotta clarify that.
Yeah, I can't argue that fact. I'm fucking crazy.
turn it down and see what happens. Right?
Yes, D20.
Persuasion modifier. Uh, 11. Every one of them fucking nights.
Alright. So, you are one off from the lower difficulty class success. So, you can take a success, but it'll give disadvantage to the next person to act. Or you can just take the failure.
I am going to take the first success.
Alrighty. I'm happy that she can at least like flip that around in her head and make sense of it and shit. Alright. If I was using my Sony camera, that wouldn't be the fucking problem, but I'm not using the Sony camera. Alright, you take the first success. You like, yeah, you're like telling the troops like, hey, we're just getting into this storm, but I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a cakewalk. This is gonna be nothing. People are a little like, yeah, what, this guy, we barely even know him, but they're like, yeah, you know, maybe this won't be such a bad hurricane, and they're definitely hopeful towards going in. All right. Do you guys want me to make a check with one of my dudes, or does someone else want to take the disadvantaged roll on from your guys' team?
For failures or something,
I'm like, someone used just a shit skill like that. That's fair enough. Like, what's one person's worst skill? Like, who's got the lowest skill?
Me.
Proficiency.
I probably should have the low one, no? Proficiency.
What skills are you proficient in?
What side of the page is that? The left? I got athletics, intimidation, investigation, persuasion, and survival. So survival 7, persuasion 7, investigation's 5, intimidation's 5, and athletics is 6.
Your numbers are okay.
Is that bad? And then as in quotations, wisdom or whiz.
But this is the disadvantaged roll, so. Are you proficient in nature? Then you cannot attempt this. You can only attempt skills that you are proficient in. Alright, so yeah, roll 2d20, take the lower.
It's still get a success.
It's possible.
Well, you know the whole group we left when you guys started the chat, they cursed me and said you will get nothing but ones the entire night for leaving us. I was like, screw you guys. That's better, actually. It's all good.
Huh? You're kind of quiet. 15. Would you look at that? All right. So,
What?
Shadow, or not Shadow, Combat. I don't know why I keep fucking mixing you two up. Combat, you analyze the weather patterns and you sort of the ebb and flow of the waves, and you kind of steer the Captain Massingham to where like a steady kind of beat where you guys aren't like going straight up like just giant waves. You're kind of going underneath them as if you were like surfing along the waves and still making a good course along your way. That is a second success.
Alright, so this might.
Dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I'll allow that. It'll certainly be more difficult, but yeah, I will accept that. When you're not using one of the main four that I said at the beginning, the difficulty will always be more difficult than those original four. Like, there are substitution skills, like in this case, intimidation can be a substitution for persuasion, which is what you're doing. I'm allowing it, but like it's a little harder because you're trying to intimidate nothing on the other side, but you don't want to intimidate your own guys, but you're still using your force of presence as just a gigantic motherfucker to get these guys in a mood of just like rhythm, camaraderie, stuff like that.
Mind off of what the current task that
Yeah. Beat synchronization, like that's one thing that song can do. Like if they do have to use the fucking oars, like as they're singing, they'll have a much better rhythm as they're oaring and shit.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty.
So yeah, make you roll. Dude, it's like the packs of magic cards, dude. You can't overthink it. It's not how the card packs work. I'm telling you, man. They are not randomized by the moment you open them. That'd be amazing, but 24? Yeah. So you get some shanties going, and sort of you get it like going on the second day, and people pick it up. You're a barbarian, so you can't really memorize the most complex of songs. You're more the catchy beats, easy lyrics, and stuff like that. So even on the next day, when you guys are still trudging through the storm, you can hear some of the men, like, even before you kind of bring it back up, there are some who are kind of like humming it to themselves or singing it to themselves. So like they've definitely caught on to its rhythm, its catch, and yeah, it's definitely boosted morale. That is 3 successes, no failures. Would you like me to roll one of these guys, or would like someone else, or would someone else like to give her a roll?
I thought I listed off my stuff, and you said my stuff wasn't good, or what?
They wanted very low proficiency to waste my screw-up
So what do?
Yeah, the task is you guys are on a ship trying to get through a storm. So how can you justify using one of the skills that you have? Like survival you could use that as a substitution for the nature check. So you could do something similar to what combat did, guiding the helmsman through safer waters, essentially. You have persuasion, so you could use that to try to bolster the morale of the people on the ship. You are also an elf, so you should have perception in your proficiencies as well, so you can make a perception check to look for clearings in the storm to travel along. So you actually have quite a few skills that you can bring to this table that will be very helpful.
Okay. So with the survival one, you were saying you can call on nature kind of thing. So could I control the storm that's happening now?
No. So skill checks are sort of mundane. What you would do with survival is sort of look at like maybe the wind direction and be like, if we go against the wind, like the storm will pass us sooner, or you can see certain rhythms in the waves and be like, hey, if you kind of go in a southwesterly direction, you'll be surfing along the wave ridges rather than trying to fucking go up and down hills, stuff like that's what your survival check would be. Perception check would be similar to that, looking for clearings in the storm where there's like less rain, not as high waves, and persuasion, like talking to the people and be like, hey, we're gonna make it through this. This may seem bad, but we're gonna get to the other side. There's gonna be sunlight. We're gonna make it to another island. We're gonna have like drinks on me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do a persuasion check then.
All right. Roll a d20.
D20, and what was the added?
So you have proficiency in it, so that'd be a +4. And what is your charisma modifier?
So my persuasion.
Charisma modifier.
Ooh, it sucks. It's only +1.
So you will add a +5 to your d20 roll. Towards the dregs.
Sorry, just writing stuff down here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would just assume athletics. Acrobatics could be used as a substitution for athletics, so I would allow that. Very good, sir. So yeah, Vance, if you want to make a persuasion or perception check, you'll roll a d20, and for the persuasion check, you'll add a +5. For the perception check, it'll be 4 plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
So it'd be +4, and the wisdom again, so it's the same, or it's the wisdom this time, which is...
Wisdom and +4, which is your training bonus,
so
essentially.
+4, +3...
So +7 to your d20 roll on perception.
And that's the wisdom mod?
Yes, wisdom and...
So I'm just trying to write these down so that eventually when we play, you don't have to tell me.
Like you'll see next to the skills that they say in parentheses what it's based off of. So if you have proficiency in the skill, just add 4 to whatever that main thing is. Like persuasion being charisma based, it's 4 plus your charisma modifier. Perception being wisdom +4. Bloody blah. Acrobatics, dexterity +4.
Perfect. Okay, let me just read that back to you after, so I know I have it. So the persuasion is +4 +1 equals 5.
Which would be
because
5.
That's my,
Yep.
The +1 is my charisma mod. The perception check is the +4 but +3, which is the 3 is my wisdom mod. And
So for a total of 7.
perfect. All right, I'm gonna go with the perception.
All right. Yeah. Roll a d20 and add 7.
$27.
You got a natural 20 then?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I got a 20. What's a natural 20 again?
A natural 20 means on the d20 you got a 20. An unnatural 20 means you rolled a 13 and then you added your +7. So natural 20s in certain situations, because I like the flavor of the old school way D20 or natural 20s were used, is in 5th edition it's usually only for combat. It means you do double damage, but in certain skill challenge areas I allow it to be an automatic success, or it's like a greater success than what you were hoping for. So in this case, your perception check, you find a very good clearing in the storm where it's very, very light rain for a couple of days. That natural 20 just got you guys 2 successes. So you were at 5 successes, 0 failures. I know it's not on. I wish I'm using my PlayStation to do this, so I can't use the effects. I'm sorry. But, you guys have 5 successes, no failures. Do you want me to make a check with someone from the crew? Or...
Has the captain been driving the whole time?
Yes, the captain has been driving.
Alrighty.
Well, he occasionally switches out with,
Oh, okay. I want to do this in smart. If we get into a rough patch, if it's like, he's not, I would like to suggest taking the wheel, given the fact, like to, because I'm the able of Strana, so I can control the wheel compared to everyone else keeping on the ship.
yes, if you would like to make an athletics check to steer the ship through massive currents, that is acceptable.
Yeah. So if you want to wait so that like rises one day or whatever, or
Just do it now. This is all thematic, montage-esque. The rage only lasts for 6 seconds, and even if you used all of your rages, that would still only last like 30 seconds, right? And it's like you're wanting to steer the boat for like an entire day, I'm assuming, right?
I just want to be, well, yeah, pretty much.
I know what you're trying to do, but I would say this is like a multi-day affair, so no, raging will not work in this instance.
Seven.
17? Alright, yeah. You approach Massingham and you're like, hey man, I'd love to steer the ship. And he's like, yeah, sure. Kind of shows you the ropes, and he's always kind of there over your shoulder, like kind of giving directions as the navigator and such. And you do a fine job. Like there are some waves that he's like, steer away from that, and you're like, fuck that, go right into it, and no problem. And yeah, that is a success. You guys have 6 successes, no failures. Who would like to go next? Do you want me to make a check with one of my guys, or does someone else want to go?
We're actually going to fucking have a natural one.
I wouldn't have been that much of a dick. They probably have spare wheels.
Yeah, fair enough. So does he retain that knowledge like we know or something where it's
No, he does not have proficiency in sea vehicles. But it's because he had guidance from other people that he was able to, like, do it for the short time that he did.
Right. Okay. No, I want to do it before you roll over your guys.
You're doing a what? Athletics check? Go right ahead. Yeah, just...
Doesn't have a safety roll.
He doesn't need it. He also has slow fall, so you know, like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, when they like jump when they're jumping around the bamboo treetops, like that's how he floats. No, it just happens. He takes half, or it's like if he falls from like 60 feet or below, he just takes no damage. And then if it's anything above that, I believe it's half damage. So, combat, what'd you get? 22? Alright, you were making... Yeah, you are leaping around, like, there are moments where the captain will shout at one guy to do a thing, but you've already, like, finished the knot that you were tying. You grab a rope, swing down as that dude's trying to make his way and do the job that he was going to do. Like, you're covering so many bases, people can't even believe it. That is another success. 7 successes, 0 failures. Do you guys want me to roll one?
Shadow persuasion.
The main 4 are athletics, nature, perception, persuasion.
I think I'm pretty much low. How many successes?
You have 7 successes out of 9. 0 failures out of 3.
We'll let that roll a 1. I would say you just get athletics. Yeah. Okay. I guess since athletics is pretty also.
My athletics? I only had 6.
That's not bad.
What is it out of?
It's yeah, well, it's strength for athletics. No, I think you can because I have like 6 out of 10 or something.
Oh,
7's
Yeah.
yeah, I would say, 9 is probably your guys' best number, 7 is probably like your guys' second best number, and 5 is probably like your guys' low end in terms of your modifiers to your rolls.
Yeah, I've got a 9 in athletics. And then I've got acrobatics plus 4. And then so that's everything else is not worth it. Everything else is 0 pretty much.
So, shall I roll for the captain?
What happens? Like, if you're rolling for him, if you get something bad, does that mean we
No,
crash?
the captain, he's on this ship also trying to survive this storm with you guys. He's not just going to sit back and be like, oh yeah, you guys take care of my ship for me. He will make rolls to try to succeed this skill challenge that you guys are in.
That's let the captain go once and then the rest maybe have fancy on athletics check.
All right.
Yes.
He'll get your guys' first failure. Right? Like, you guys are zipping around his ship, just making it sail smoothly through the storm. Then he's just like, I ran us on a reef.
Maybe we could have that ship.
Alrighty. He is going to make a persuasion check to keep the morale up of his troops. And thankfully he just made it. What? The captain has 3. The first mate has 2. The crew has 1. He had a +9 in his persuasion. I rolled a 6. It's going to be one of those nights. But thankfully he got a 15, which was the target number for persuasion checks. So he succeeded in keeping the morale of his troops up and going as you guys continue through this hurricane. That is 8 successes out of 9. Only 1 more needed. Still 3 failures to go. You guys are looking real good through this storm. Yes. So I was gonna basically do it in order, kind of down tick. So next will be his first mate making a navigation check, which is still falls in line with the general shit being a just ship challenge. I mean, he's probably sailed successfully through other storms that you guys haven't seen. I don't know if that's fair. Alright. Well, I got a natural 19, so... the first mate guides the captain along, kind of telling him about, like, oh, we got some more clearings through this area. Let me check. You guys got a total success on that. So, absolutely no failures. So let's see. The ship survives unscathed. The crew's quality score increases by 1 for... I don't know what that means.
That's not fair.
That's weird stuff.
Our crew?
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I thought, when I had originally looked at that, I thought you guys took off 1d4 day of travel, and that's what I'm going to go with anyways. So, what was supposed to take 8 days to get through. Wow. You guys managed to get through in 4 days.
Be awesome.
Maybe we should stay here.
I don't know how you'll feel about things coming up here in a bit. So yeah, you guys make it through the storm. Captain Massingham is very impressed. He's like, we're much farther along than I thought we were. It seemed those waves carried us in quite the right direction. We should easily be able to arrive at Salarn with enough supplies to spare. So
Sorry guys, I've been trying to deal with a few emails here. Kinda not paying attention.
Alright, so After making it through the storm, you guys sail through the day, and then the next morning, you guys come to, and Massingham tells you we should be arriving in at Ceylon Island within a couple hours. There, my men and I will restock the ship. If you men would like to find a hotel or something, we should be ready by potentially the night if you would want to leave at that time, or this time in the morning tomorrow.
Well, we're already ahead of schedule for the game, Michael. Do whatever's smart. We'll have a sale slot so the captain. You guys don't want to be like a money trip.
He says, I'm sure my men would appreciate a little time on land before we make way on our course once more. Very well. There's a small tavern. He's saying this. You guys arrive at the docks. The small island. You can see it's a very small, sort of tropical kind of village. Very tiki-esque. And he docks the ship as he and his men kind of start to unload. He says to you guys, there's a small tavern here at the center of the town called the Abyssal Angler. If you head there, I'm sure you'll be able to get yourself some food, drink, and a place to stay. My men and we will arrange for supplies, and I might meet you there later. So, what would you guys like to do?
What time are we doing?
About 10 in the morning, I'd say. Yeah, as you guys are kind of walking through the town, heading towards the tavern, if that is where you are headed, you can see most of the people that seem to be living here are very reminiscent of your old cleric friend. Very soggy, sort of blue-green skin-colored people, some with gills and kind of small fin-like appendages on their elbows and wrists and ears and such.
Is he here?
You guys ask if there is a kitchen cleric by the name of Gelden, and they say there once was, but we kicked him off our island. He was a dick.
Nice. Well done. I'll be watching it.
He just walked in our kitchen and started making food with no regard to how much, that we pay for that food. Some of that food that he was taking was meant for special occasions. He thought those were special occasions he could decide on. Well, we showed him otherwise.
Did that actually happen? One could probably say that metaphorically, though, or something.
Right.
Sometimes, I guess. Sometimes.
But yeah, so you guys are headed to the tavern?
Oh, hell no.
Hell no?
Oh, yeah. Is it fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
God damn it. Why did I not?
Hell yeah. We'll catch the dinner. Sweet salty Christ, yes.
Oh, sweet salty Christ now. So you ask Massingham where you might be able to acquire a fishing pole, and he tells you, yes, this is as you can see with like there's tons of people like on the docks. You can see just like a bunch of old men with fishing rods out, just waiting for something to bite. You can see there are tons of little row crafts that are also docked. You saw a bunch of boats out on the ocean when you guys were coming in to see. He says, as you can see, this is a fine fishing community. They have a market here. They call it the Fresh Fish Market, but all the locals just call it the Fresh Market. I'm sure if you head down there, you can speak to. I'm sure there's some trader that would be willing to sell you a pole to you of equal stature.
Alright. What can you catch me again?
Yes. Be like the great Dallas Creed, the abyssal angler himself, to which the tavern you're headed to is named after. Perhaps the Kraken.
Yeah. That thing.
Yes, vicious kaiju of the sea. So, Kill, you are headed to the Fresh Market. Shadow, you were headed to the tavern. You ask Captain Massingham about such things? I would be surprised if there were any such library here on this island. Books are very rare in this dimension, seeing as trees are not easily found. Though there are paper substitutes. I've seen there are books made of seaweed, but they're not the most appealing thing, if you ask me. But in terms of magical things, I do believe there is a guild of alchemists. I think they call themselves Essence Cove, something of that nature. But yes, that's what I am aware of in terms of something of a magical nature on this island.
And I shall go visit this guild.
I don't believe they're here in town. I believe they're off the main road a little ways. Though I believe it's within a day's travel. Alright, going to the tavern. Combat, what would you like to do? Would you like to tag along with Kolvok as he goes and gets a fishing rod? Or would you like to go with Shadow to the tavern? Go with Kill? Alright. Boar, would you like to tag along with Combat and Kolvok?
Yeah, buddy, come on.
Or do you want to go with Shadow to get a drink and some food?
I want a drink and food.
Alright.
Other foot, buddy. Other foot.
Alright, you're heading out with Shadow.
There you go. You did it.
So...
Thanks, buddy. My son just put my slippers back on because he knocked them over. That was funny. Where's my cigar now, boy?
Okay. So yeah, Combat and Kolvak. You guys head to the fresh market. You can see there's a few buildings that are like storefronts, but it seems like most of the trading that goes on in this village being a much smaller place. It's mostly just kind of like bazaar-like stands that people set up with the wares they've gotten lately, trying to trade it off for something new, to trade off for something new, to trade off for something new. It just seems like that's how the economy kind of works in this place, as you can tell. Like, it's not to say that they don't take gold, but it definitely seems like they're more of a bartering society. But you guys are making your way through the market. You can see there are a few different people selling fish. It seems like that is the widest. That's what's mostly here. There's a few pockets of like people selling cloth. Very, very random knickknacks, and very sparse in terms of the extra sort of things. Mostly, as was told to you guys by the captain, this is a fresh fish market. But you do see one woman who has a selection of fish, but she also seems to have a collection of fishing rods as well. What would you like to do? I mean, like, you saw a jeweler. You've seen a few people pay with gold. Most people are trading objects for objects. But no one's like pulling out a diamond and being like, I want all your fish! It's very low economy here.
Okay. Ask what fish will cost. Biggest donor is what
She gives a polite bow as you approach and ask her about her wares, and she says, yes, she kind of reaches down, grabs like the largest of her poles, and kind of holds it out for you to inspect. She says, this is my, by far, probably my largest and sturdiest rod. Surely one that you would find useful in your capable hands. If you are looking to purchase this rod for just coin, I would easily part with this for 2 gold.
Oh, wow. That's it? Oh, yeah, just fine. Okay,
Very well. You give her the 2 coal, and she gives you the rod. She kind of goes into the back of her booth, and she comes back with like a little round tin, opens it up, and you can see some wiggling worms in dirt, and she then like closes it back up and hands it out to you, and she says, free of charge.
that's it? Did she have any suggestions on, other, like,
She brings out some lures that she has and other baits that she can provide. Yeah, I'll just say like 5 gold.
So like, we'll get like, two more fucking like wing rods, and then there's so many lures and fucking.
7 gold minimum. You can spend more if you want.
Nah, I think 7. I was thinking 10, but 7 sounds. One could technically, if you used bits and pieces of those to. Plus 2 of the poles and the land. One of the cool ones looks like something that's red, and then fucking the worms also equal have those easily
Alrighty. Yeah. What would you like to do next? Heading to the docks to do some fishing?
Yeah. And wherever some of the people fishing, it doesn't go good there, then of course, we'll try something else. Or someone else.
Alright, yeah, you head out to the docks to find a good spot to fish. Shadow and Boar, you guys head to the tavern, the Abyssal Angler. You guys head in, pretty small establishment. There's a few people. Few people in the tavern. You guys, as you enter, you hear from behind the main counter. From behind the main counter, man call out to you guys. Yeah, welcome to the Abyssal Angler. If you're, just go ahead and take a seat wherever you like. And, you guys find yourself a table or booth or what the hell ever. Sit yourselves down, and, yeah, the gentleman approaches and he's like, welcome. What can I get you today?
Do you have any orange juice?
Orange juice? What's orange juice?
Never mind. I have to take some water.
We got plenty of that.
Non-salted kind.
Oh, not so much of that. So yes, he heads back, gets water. Bulwark, would you like anything aside from water?
Nope.
So yeah, he heads back, gets some water, and sets it down. He asks if there's anything else he can get you guys.
What kind of food do you got?
We got various kinds of fish. We got tuna, salmon.
Okay, sorry. My question was like, what kind of is it dishes or is it just fish? Like sandwiches, pasta, or just fish?
Yeah, like they have. There's a few vegetables that they provide with some of the fish dishes.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Alright, let's do it. Oh, tuna and Brussels sprouts.
Alright, yeah, so he gets a meal. As he starts to head back towards the kitchen to get your order started. You see a young man enter into the establishment, and he approaches the man taking your order, and the young boy says, Salik, can I have a moment of your time? And the barkeeper turns to the child, and he's like, not right now, I got things to do. And he continues, like, back towards the kitchen area, but the kid kind of, like, follows along, and he's like, this is a serious matter, though. My mother has fallen ill, and the bartender's like, well, these things happen. People get sick sometimes. And he's like, no, you don't understand. My mother, she went to the alchemist of Essen's Cove the other day to get a potion, and after she drank it, she'd come down with some kind of affliction, and the bartender's like, it must be something else. We've gotten potions from those alchemists all the time, and there's never been anything wrong with them. And the kid's like, no, she was perfectly fine before she got that potion, but after she had taken it, something was strange. You need to tell your father about this. And the bartender's like, I got other things to deal with, kid. Just go home. And he then pops into the kitchen and prepares your guys' meal. And the kid kind of stands there, frustrated a bit, kind of like thinking to himself what he should do next. What would you guys like to do?
I want to talk to, you said it was a kid, right?
Yes. Yes, you approach the child, and he kind of perks up, and he's like, yes, sir. Is there something I can help you with?
I asked her about what's going on.
Yes. I don't mean to bother a stranger with this. That's why I was trying to speak with the bartender. His father is one of the elders here in the village. I thought maybe they could, if I brought their attention to this matter, then something might get done. But you seem like a man who can get things done. Yes, there's a collection of alchemists that work here on the island. They're outside of the town, just west of here, off the road. My mother, she gets potions from them regularly, and she had gone there 2 days ago to get her her regular medicine, and after she had taken the potion, she seemed to become ill. She doesn't seem well, and those potions before have helped, not hindered her health.
Just ask what more can you tell me about this guild?
Okay. He tells you the guild is run by a man named Werner Alventon, and that basically the kid was hoping to try to speak with this guy or get the elders to try to speak with the alchemists. But he tells you they're mostly a kind of independent group. They came here of their own volition, started taking up practice, and provided potions to the locals for a charge, but they still provided good services to this point. There haven't been any strange happenings with the guild, but the boy certainly finds this strange.
Where's your mother now?
She's at home.
He's gonna look at combat or
Let's do it.
At the child's mother or the guild hall? Okay. Very good. All right. Do you guys want to wait for? Well, I guess the other two are fishing, so who knows how long that'll take. All right. Yep, sure.
What's the
Fine
number
by
one?
me. Don't split the party. Rule number 2, don't split the party. No, I think I have a rule number 3 for the Odd Jobs Adventurer's Survival Handbook. But I'd have to look for that, and I don't want to do that right now. So, you guys are headed to the mother's house. Actually, the kid will tell you that she's been bedridden and can hardly speak. Yes, yeah. Yeah, like the guy in the comments said, the kid could be making it up.
So is that like an investigation check?
It. Right.
My computer died. I can't see it now.
Oh.
I was watching it at first. The comments. That was hilarious.
So if you wanted to make an insight, well, you weren't actually with Shadow as he was having this conversation with the child, though. So Shadow comes back to you, tells you about this kid's plight, and if you guys would like, you could still go see the mother, try to ascertain what the sickness might be or something like that. Maybe go to the house and see that the mother isn't sick and be like, what the fuck's really going on here, kid?
Get knocked out and raped.
Or go to the kids, or start heading towards the kid's house, and then raiders surround you guys and then try to mug you.
Nice.
The possibilities are endless. This is Dungeons and Dragons. So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I guess we can go back and ask her a few more questions then.
You can
'Cause I wasn't
try.
there. Or
Well, no. Shadow was talking to the kid. Shadow made mention of wanting to go talk to the kid's mother, but the kid said that she has been bedridden and it is hard for her to speak.
okay, that's. I'm not interested to talk to her. that was
Hey man,
awkward.
she's level
Sorry, it was
9,999. If she's that way.
Apologize for that.
No, you're fine.
I don't know. I'm up for leaving. Yeah, let's do that.
It wasn't it wasn't like a potion that was supposed to make her grow giant or be able to breathe underneath the water. It was just a potion. My mother has an illness, and it's not terrible, but the medicine that the alchemists were providing her helped maintain it better. And the kid's he's like, yeah, I'm not really sure what exactly the alchemist put in it or what they might call it. I just know it's medicine for my mother. But this time it didn't work.
May I ask what he does?
Sure. Well, I'm using information from a book thingy, and then they give you, kind of simple information, and then I'm just running with it, so, I was trying to come up with a reason why she got potions from this place, but it wasn't just going to be, a potion of healing. So, yes, she has a sickness, the kid tells you what the sickness is, I don't fucking know what it is, though. Me personally, Zach Audie. But this kid, he tells you it's simple. I'll say it's some kind of respiratory disease. It just makes it harder for her to breathe, and the something similar to asthma, basically.
Alright. I said we head to
Off to the guild.
All right. So you tell the kid, we'll go see what the problem is, kid. And he thanks you. he kind of tells you like right off the bat. He's like, my mother and I, we're not well off. I don't know what much we could offer you in terms of your in return for your services in this matter. But what were you going to say, Shadow?
Exactly how to get there.
Oh yeah, he tells you go head towards the west end of the town. There'll be a road. Follow that road for about an hour, and then there will be a turnoff to your right, and that turnoff will lead you to the guild hall. All right, very good. So you guys head off to the guild hall. Killiman, I need a D12 roll.
Can you continue on with them at the moment?
You're gonna get attacked by a lane shark.
Can you continue on with them for a moment?
I mean,
Unless it, I don't know, just coincide, trying to fucking make it so one of us doesn't have to fucking chase down a dog, get interrupted.
well, I mean, that dog invades every room in the house, so it's kind of impossible. Alright, so, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. We can take a 5-minute break.
5 minutes, people, 5 minutes.
Alrighty.
What's up, combat? How's that dice production going? Excited to see the outcome.
Don't mind me. It's disappearing behind the screen.
Ah, where'd he go? Oh,
The magic of modern technology.
Trying to get the charger on my computer. Is the guy still talking on the chat?
No, I think he left. I'm not entertaining enough for people. The one thing I find a little weird is like D&D is like the one streaming game that like people can't really interact with chat. Like, I'm trying to focus on you jackasses. Like, I can't focus on, like, 100 people sending me comments at the same time.
That is true.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. We're on break. Give us 6 minutes.
Oh shit!
No, the dog's not cool. He's an asshole. The dog is a super dick.
I'll be right back.
Oh, nice. Nice. I mean, double D? That's actually standard size. Kind of. Especially if you go to Japan. God damn it. Stop sticking to me. Ah. That's what he came for. Double D's. Everyone comes for the double D's.
Gotta get the double D's.
What? 3? Alright, so, Kolvak, you cast out your line. That's because it is.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Nice. You cast your line out, and you sit there waiting. I'll look over to Combat. Maybe Combat's fishing too. Combat, are you fishing too? Do you hear Combat? What was that? Couldn't hear you.
No, that's combat.
Kill got 3 pulls. Alright, roll a d12 for me, Combat. Two. Alright. You two are sitting there for a little bit. No bites yet. Shadow, Boar. You guys are walking along. You you head along the main road and come to the first right turn off, head along there, and you see the guild hall. The guild hall is finely crafted, the building on shore constructed expertly of stone, another structure connected to the first by a sturdy wooden bridge, rests on stilts 60 feet out in the lake. 3 large windows on the closest building are shuttered. Between the main road and the front door sits a wooden shed. In the shed's doorway stands a woman dressed in splint mail, a sword sheathed on each hip. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna like board thing. What you doing, boy? Start getting advanced.
Hello? Vance? Boar?
I think we had a few minutes before our timer dropped.
Nico! I thought he was talking just a minute ago. Sit. Shut the fuck up. Alright, well, it looks like you gotta take the lead, Shadow.
Damn it. Alright,
Yes, there is. As you approach, she approaches. She gives a bow and she says, I'm sorry, but no one's allowed in the guild hall at the moment without an invitation.
I get brief reasons why I'm
So you explain that to her, and she says, I can leave a message with the head of the guild, Vanor, if you would like, and he can have a messenger retrieve you when he is ready.
I'm back. Sorry to get some gas.
She says that she's not sure. I'm not sure if there will be an opening today. You may have to come back tomorrow or even another day. I will. I mean, as I said, I can leave a message with the head. It's up to him when he'll have the chance to get back to you. What do you mean by here? Like you're still just gonna wait there?
I don't mind staying. Oh, cat get out.
If anything, that might speed up the process if you're lucky. Who the fuck are those annoying bastards on my doorstep?
Yeah, she's just gonna say, I believe it would be best for you to just return to the town. There's no telling when Vanor will get to you. I doubt it will be anytime soon.
So be it.
What'd you say?
I guess we're back.
Very well.
Man, fuck them, stay. Like you said, you ain't got nothing better to do.
Alright, you guys head back to, the town. Combat and kill. Can I get a D12 roll again?
In combat says that. That was a bit low.
Oh, 1. Alright. Yeah, a little more time passes by. Still no nibbles. So yeah, Shadow and Boar, you guys make it back to town. What would you guys like to do?
I guess head back to the tavern and see.
No, the child is not at the tavern.
What else is around the area?
It's a... Yeah, it's pretty simple town. Village.
Jesus. This is very boring. We gotta get out of this town.
And all you guys gotta do is be like, we just hang out. And we can move on.
Alright. Off to bed.
So, Combat and Kolvok, you're just gonna fish the day away? Huh? Mm-hmm. Kolvok and Combat rolled me 3 D12s. One at a time. Just the number. Right?
Does it damage your laptop if you charge it and use it at the same time?
I do that shit all the time.
It probably messes with your battery life.
What do you say?
Might mess with your battery life. Alright, second roll.
2.
Combat, your second roll. Alrighty. Shadow, or combat. God damn it, there I go again. I would like you to make an athletics check as a fish makes it onto your hook.
15.
So yeah, as you and Kolvok are sitting there, hours passing by with ne'er not a nuttin', you finally get a nibble and you manage to get a hook on the fish and start reeling it in. It's a fight. I would like you to roll a D100.
$89.
89?
99.
99. Yeah, you just reeled in a 99-pound fish. Massive like tuna, just right off the coast of the village, and a bunch of the old timers that have been sitting there see it and are certainly impressed with your massive catch, and yeah, you have giant fish. Would you guys like to continue, or just pass on to the next day?
I'll break my fucking pole, throw it in the water.
All right. Next day, morning comes.
6?
What?
A 6? Would have been my last one.
Nothing. Next morning comes. Tuna, you need to listen better, contraband. Not acne fish. I said tuna, you dick. And I'm not here for you. I'm here for my friends that I'm playing with. So, next morning comes.
Nico.
Massingham comes to the tavern as you guys are having your morning meal of more fish. Generic acne fish. And Massingham comes to you guys and he says, the crew is all rested up. The ship is supplied. We are ready to set sail for Elsterin Island. If that is what you gentlemen would like to do. Alrighty, so you guys load onto the ship. And you can see it is fully stocked with supplies to make it for the rest of your guys' journey. Another 9 days to your guys' destination. Won't need that book. And you guys make it to smooth sailing through the 9 days. No storms, calm weather. Things are very fickle on the endless sea here in the water plane, but sometimes they can be rather cozy, and that's what happens to happen for you guys. You got through that giant hurricane. Thankfully, you didn't run into another one. But you proceed on to Elsterin Island. As you guys get close to your destination, you can sort of see the silhouette of the mountain line of the island as you're approaching. Massingham, as he is behind the wheel, he begins to tell you guys, asks you what you know of Elsterin, what you've heard about this place. You know there's an old one here who might know, who has a magical well that has information pertaining to the things you're looking for, potentially. The what? The old man? What? Huh? Oh, Massingham? Yes, he knows things about the island. He will ask, do any of you know about tarot? God damn it, dog. Tarot. Yes, tarot. It's a card tradition that is used to portent one's future, and one of the cards is known as the Hanged Man. Our destination has, from mapping expeditions of the cluster of islands, many have referred to the Elsterin Islands as the Hanged Man's Islands, as the cluster of islands resemble that similar of a hanged man, man upside down, hanged at his leg. We will be heading to one of the 5 islands. We will be docking at the head. Well, not actually docking at the head. We'll keep the ship off of the shore and use small ships to send members of the crew to the beach and set up a camp while you gentlemen go about your business. I'd rather not take the ship too deep into the series of the island and perhaps stir the ire of the old one that sleeps there.
We're on the ship still, or we left?
Yes, you're still on the ship. If there's any preparations you would like to make, you guys are approaching the island. He's basically said the main ship is going to stay off of the island. Small crew will stay there, but other crews are going to take small boats to the first island and set up a camp. The ship's crew will wait for you guys while you do your business here on the islands.
Guess so. I don't really have much to get prepared for, right? I'm ready to go. I'll go up to the top and wait till we get there. Unless you guys want to do any preparation. That's what I mean.
Fair enough. So yeah, you guys load up onto some of the small ships as they prepare. As they.
Just want to show what we have to deal with.
That's the camera. All you gotta do is like move that thing.
Yeah, but if I start walking around, he'll fucking get all interested and lose. Sorry for the turbulence. Oh, god damn. Can't even see him. It's fucking crazy. He slings that thing from side to side and fucking beats himself with it. Tire on a rope. We're afraid one day he's gonna fucking let it go and fucking destroy a TV or something. Yeah. Hey. Oh, it wasn't like that, was it? God damn it. I guess it'll just sit in the castle anyway. Oh god. Oh god. Fucking crazy.
All right. So yeah, you.
Fuck. Why wasn't I just standing out on the water? Would have fucking increased my chances or some shit. Me in combat literally could have walked out. Oh, both idiots. That's how you find the best fishing spot.
I suppose, in a way.
91 comments?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
People got stuff to say.
Dude, what the fuck is up with this week here? This night, goddamn. Hey, we never claimed to be heroes, motherfucker.
This is me playing D&D with my friends. If you don't like it, go find something better to do.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no wonder you fucking joined your kinky ass. My wife has one of those and has a red ball on it. I see what you did there.
So yeah, you guys get on to the smaller crafts with the crew. They head out to the first island, and they start setting up camp. What would you guys like to do?
I guess set up, or actually, we don't even have a camp, do we?
You have camping materials. You can set up a camp if you want, but you guys are looking for wherever the old one might be, so...
Okay, we're not staying here for a while. We're just going and then leaving. Okay.
Yes, that is why you chartered the ship, the crew, Massingham's crew, to take you here. Yes, you hired him to take you here so you could find the old one's well that contains information that might lead you to Leo,
That's right.
the ingot of blood, or Igni, the Ifriti.
Well, I guess we head on in town.
There is no town. Well, there might be, but these guys certainly didn't dock where there was a town. You guys will have to scavenge this tropical island of thick, dense, Amazonian-like wilderness for your potential destination. Which, before you guys had left Port Demora, you had learned that this place was once a kingdom that belonged to sea elves, but they had fallen some years ago, and the old one has since taken refuge in their old city. So, what would you like to do? Scour this island, go to one of the other 4, or wait, no, it's 6 islands. 6 islands. I messed that up earlier. There are 6 islands in total. You are on one of 6.
Well, gotta start exploring that one. Let's make our way on this one then.
Alright. So yeah, it's probably about, I'd say, like midday when you guys arrive at this island. And they're setting up camp when you guys actually like make it onto the beachfront. So yeah, if someone would like to make a survival check to scour through the thick jungle, to try to find some signs of some sort of animal life or civilized life making its way through these parts, or remnants of other ancient civilizations and shit.
I got a 14.
14.
I only have 7, so.
Or no, that's what combat rolls.
That was his total, not his modifier. All right, so 14. You guys head out into the jungle on the head island, and as you guys are scouring through the jungle, though it's thick with
Just gotta go through the my kids. 1 second.
Even though it's thick with jungle life, plant life, and such like that, you guys don't really run into a lot of animal life like you'd expect to find, like jaguars, panthers, snakes, like I would say there are birds, because that, like, flying's easy to do, but because this is a water plane, it's very hard for land-based animal creatures to get around to land-based places on this plane of dimension. So life is very scarce as you guys are going through. So mostly what you hear is just like the birds chirping through. You don't really hear a lot of other animal life. And this is a fairly small island. You guys are able to scour quite a decent swath basically throughout the day of the island, and like you don't really find much on this island. It seems like you guys and the crew you came with seems about like the only life that is on this island. Aside from the birds and shit.
This island is dead.
Or something kills the things that are on this island.
Dun 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 dun.
Foreshadowing.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
So, yes. You've scoured most of this island as you guys get towards the end of the night. Would you guys like to set up camp? Try to get one of the rowboats from the crew, head to another island, set up camp?
How much time do we have?
What do you mean?
Like, what time is it?
The sun's starting to set, I would say. There's a possibility you might run into exhaustion. Are you guys gonna head back to where the rest of the crew is, or...
Might as well.
Let's do.
Alright, so you guys head back through the jungle, following your tracks thanks to Kolvok's Outlander background, easily being able to find your way back to the crew, and they have a large bonfire going, several tents set up, and they're just set up there, enjoying their time. They have kegs of drink and crates of food already brought onto the island. You can see they've even taken some of the local coconuts and whatnot and busted those open and started like using those as makeshift cups and mixing the coconut water with their alcoholic beverages. And they're just jolly, and some are in song, some are having like races across the beach, others are having like dart, or not dart, but I suppose some would be playing darts, others are like playing five-finger fillet. It just seems like these guys are like, hey, they told us to come to this tropical island, we're going to take advantage of it. While they're gone, we're going to have fun. And that's exactly what they're doing. And as you guys approach, like, there's people sitting at the bonfire, they hold up drinks to ask you guys to join them. And what would you guys like to do?
I say join them.
Alright. Boar is joining in the festivities.
I'm fucking fishing.
Alright, roll me a d12.
Ooh.
Combat, Shadow, what are you guys doing?
How far is
The women? No, I'd say this is an all-male crew. Kolvok, make a perception check as you're fishing. Hey, who knows? Maybe as you're staring at your line, a mermaid goes right by it. A perception check? Uh, 19. No mermaids that you can see, Kolbach. Shadow, what did you say? Nico! Off! Nico! Alright. You're sitting by the fire hanging out. As you guys are sitting there, as you guys are sitting there enjoying the festivities, one of the men kind of comes up to the bonfire area that you guys are at, and he kind of says to a couple of the guys sitting near you, and he's like, hey, any of you seen Deke? And some of them are like, who, what? And he clarifies, Deke. Anybody seen Deke? And one of the men's like, I think he stayed back on the ship. And the guy who was asking where he was, he's like, that's weird. He's been acting strangely the last few days. Oh well, let him guard the ship. And he then just like that guy then goes back to the festivities. If there's nothing else you guys would like to achieve, Kolvok, what did you get on the D12 roll? Yeah, nothing seems to be biting. It seems like it's too late in the night that the fish just aren't coming out.
Fishes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they usually come out when the bugs are out, or when it's raining, because the raining makes them think the bugs are out. So yeah, you guys set up your own tent here with the crew and such, and take a long rest. Wake up the next morning. What would you like to do? Nico! Alright, so as Massingham explained, 6 islands. You have I should have explained this in more detail earlier. But basically what he explains is in the Hanged Man Tarot card, it's a man hanging by his foot or his leg upside down. So you guys came in basically at the under head side. That's the head island where you guys are at, like right at the forehead or right at the top of the head is basically where you guys are docked. There's the body island, the 2 arms, and then the 2 legs. The 2 legs are obviously the farthest from you. That would probably take a while to try to row to that, but are you serious, dog? God damn it. No! Josh, he's got a cargo net. Nico. So yeah, there's the body island, 2 arms. You guys could row to either the body or the 2 arms at this moment. It would probably take you a while. Even Kolvok might get a little exhausted from, God damn it, dog. No.
No! Drop it.
No. Stop. So, would you guys like to head to the left arm, the right arm, or the body? Alright. So, you guys ask if you can take one of the rowboats. They easily are like, yeah, we have plenty. Go ahead, take one. No problem. And drag it with you as you guys kind of go along the perimeter line of the beach of the head island until you get to a good angle where you can sort of get a straight line towards the body island, and you guys start rowing out. I'm assuming Kolvok make me an athletics check, but someone else can do it if they want to row you guys to your destination.
What do you gotta roll for the athletics checks?
You'd still make an athletics check if you're trying to ox it across kill. No, athletics is strength based.
Okay, I don't want to do that then.
How can... Shouldn't you have a plus 11 in your athletics? You have a 7, right, in strength because of the magical belt? And then you have a proficiency bonus of 4. 13. Roll a D6.
I can't hear Kill. Is he not on mic?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a shitty doggy that doesn't like to cooperate with us.
Okay.
3. Alright, it takes you 3 hours, Kolvok, to row your friendlies across to the second island. This island, you guys can tell from just kind of the mountain ridge at the center of it, it seems like this island is about twice the size of the other island, so it'll probably take you about 2 days to fully scour the island. Nico! Oh, I'm gonna hurt you.
Dang. You scared him away. That's it, you're gone.
Had enough of this bullshit. Alright, so you guys have made it to the second island.
Take the belt.
This island is larger. But there seems to be more mountainous terrain and such. So, what would you guys like to do? Begin your search through the island once more? Maybe. Probably not, because, like, the only time you would have gotten information about that was at Port Demora, but even if you had asked, they likely wouldn't have been able to tell you, oh, it's on this, like, this area is pretty shrouded in mystery ever since the old one took it over, so people aren't sure where things might be because of that. Alright, so you guys begin to search through the wilderness, and as you guys are looking for signs of life, you can see there are a few bits of ground wildlife on this main island, but they're very small, sort of like serpent creatures. You even see some like amphibious creatures like frogs and such. But as you're making your way along, you hear this kind of wail sound out from off to your guys' right. And as you look over there, you see a human male who is in just like tattered clothes, just torn apart, very simple like burlap tunic and trousers, and you can see he is just like hoofing barefoot, his feet just coated in mud. It seems like up to his knees, basically. His whole body just seems like coated in just filth and grime, and he's just hoofing it through the forest. And as he does, he kind of takes notice to you guys, and he gets just this like look of absolute relief and excitement as he kind of like changes his trajectory towards you guys. But then shortly just behind him, you see these like about almost the same size as your Goliath friend, about 8 feet tall, these blue-skinned figures, kind of similar to your old cleric friend, but these things have much more drastic fish-like features, and some of them are kind of wearing this like shell-like designed, very aquatic, evocative armor, and they seem to be in pursuit of this individual. And as the guy is running towards you guys, he starts like waving his hands, and he says, "By the gods, please help me! Please help me! Kill those things!" And what would you guys like to do?
Guess we're fighting.
Oh wait, how far away is the guy at that point?
The guy, I will say, is... The guy's 50 feet from you guys. And then the creatures are about 40 feet behind him.
So we gotta move up.
How far away are him? Sorry.
Do we
50
wanna
feet to the
attack?
guy, 40 feet to enemies. Or 90 feet to enemies.
Yeah, let's go towards the enemies to attack.
The armored fishmen, are those your enemies? Or the man waving for help? Or is that your enemy? Because I've made that mistake before. I thought, hey, helpless dude running away from armed guys, they're gonna help the one dude. Nope, that went the complete other direction on me.
I will,
Anybody else have any opinion?
I'll move in between those groups, so should just start attacking. Yeah, I'll move in between the groups, and when the true enemy show itself, you know, whoever finally strikes.
I mean, the dude running towards you clearly said, help, please kill those things.
Yeah, I mean, but you didn't say loud, or, you know.
That's true. Alright, so Kolvak, you are like running towards the guy to go past him.
And I'll dash. And I'll move in my full 40 and hold my action to snipe an enemy that starts me.
Alright. So you rush forward towards the man. He gets a little everyone roll initiative.
What? I never said I swing it.
Yeah, it's true, but it doesn't change the fact that this guy appears to already be in a combat situation. So you guys can literally just stand there, let rounds of combat go by as these fishmen kill this dude, and then maybe proceed to kill you next, or be like, alright, why'd you just stand there?
I mean, wow. That keeps us out of the initiative rules and combat.
You guys know that a party came here 2 years ago, hired by Igni,
party of?
Adventurers! So, there is that. Okay, yeah. Boop, 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 doop. Meow, 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 meow. Righty then. 25 to 21. $20 to 16. 15 to 11.
14.
Okay, 10 to 6.
8.
Which one of you has the higher dex? Alright, so Kolvak, I will allow you to do your dash forward, but then we will be at the top of initiative.
Okay. Well.
Not necessarily. So top of initiative would be Boar. What would you like to do after Kolvak charges forward, stops just in front of the man, and begins to ready for an attack?
So I should obviously take out my bow.
If you would like to.
I would.
It seems like Kolvak is waiting to see where this goes.
I'm not putting an arrow out, I'm just putting the bow in my hand.
Alright, so yeah, you can use your action to draw the bow. If you would like to hold an attack, you can do so. With a trigger, though, of course.
I'm not too sure what's happening yet, so I don't want to start anything or look like I'm aggressive before I find out what's going on. I'll let them attack first, kind of thing.
Yeah, so, like, if something attacks one of my friendlies, I will attack in response. Is, like, a trigger you could... Yeah. Yes. That's what I meant, and that's what I would have understood it as. Like, if you guys came to a doorway and you were like, alright, our wizard is gonna make a sound, and then when a dude comes through the door, I chop his head off. That's, like, when a dude comes through the door, that is when you can be like, alright, this is when I do my thingy.
So you can cut other people's actions.
Yeah. But, if you say, when someone comes through this door, I do my thing, and no one comes through the door by the time your next turn comes around, you lose that action. So it is advantageous at times, other times, not so much. If you specified when something comes through that door, then yeah, I would say that's the state your character is in. But if you say when an enemy comes through, then it's a different matter. Alright, so Boar, you draw your bow. Are you holding your action to attack anything that attacks one of your friendlies?
Absolutely.
Alright, Alright, so, there are... There are a total of 6 of these creatures pursuing him. One of them has a really big, like a great sword? Yes. Yes. It's like it's got like the wavy blade, like the S blade kind of style going on. There is it looks female-ish from what you guys can tell. Like, you're not sure, like, a fish person wouldn't have boobies, so this thing doesn't have boobies, but it looks feminine compared to the other ones that are in its company. And then the 4 other ones are carrying big ol' hammers. And the ones with the hammers, the 4 ones with the hammers, are going to move forward. They also have some javelins. They're going to move their speed forward 30, and then they are going to 2 are going to attack the guy running in front of you, Kolvok. Both of them miss. And then 2 of them are going to come at you, Kolvok. One of them is going to miss, but I make up for that miss with a natural 20. You take 13 points of damage as one of the javelins scrapes your shoulder as you stand there ready to attack. And And next would be combat. Oh, wait, no. Boar, you see one of these fishy things throw or two of these fishy things throw javelins at your friends. One of them manages to score a hit, but you then release your arrow. Which one would you like to hit? The one that hit your buddy, or the one that didn't hit your buddy?
Obviously, the one that hit my buddy. So, D20 plus 11?
Yes.
Natural 1, you gotta be kidding me. So it's like my bow gonna break, okay.
Well, that's the thing. You're not the only one in line of sight, Kill.
This sucks.
Alright, roll me a D100, Vance. So, if you have physical dice, they are two top-looking motherfuckers. One of them will be 10s. It'll say like 10, 20, 90, 70.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one will have single digits. It'll just be 1, 2, 3, 8, blah, blah, blah. You roll both of those together. The one that has the 10s will be your 10s place. So if you roll a 20 and then you roll a 6, you will have a 26.
Roll them at the same time. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, shit. It fell on the floor.
A what?
It fell on the floor, and last time we talked, when I said it goes off, I do a reroll.
Yes.
Great. 77.
77. All right. So you launch your arrow, and it you kind of do like a, because it was like you were holding your action ready for something to happen, and then that javelin hit your buddy. It was just kind of this jerk moment of you like, oh, and then you fire, and then you let go at kind of the wrong moment, and the arrow goes streaking towards where Kolvok and the other guy are standing, but the arrow whizzes between the two. He would have a second attack. But I'll hold off on that, and we will continue along the line. Combat, it is your turn.
Alright. We'll attack the melee attack.
Alright, so they were 90 feet away. They moved up 30, so they're 60 feet away. You can... What, Kill?
Why not? I don't get to attack people.
You were readying your sword for a melee attack, and you were attacked from a distance. So I would say that... I'm not going to say that hits your trigger and you lose the held action, but you don't... But that's the thing, you haven't met the specifications that you held your action for.
Fair enough.
Like, you wouldn't hold your melee action to hit an archer.
Well, okay. Yeah. I guess I should have been more unspecific in my names than I
Well, I would say that you have to specify whether you are holding a melee or holding a ranged attack. You can't be like, I'm holding to do whatever. So yes, combat. The dude is 60 feet away, so you could use a key point to get to him and attack him, or you could just use your action to get up to him. You won't be able to attack him, but you would save a key point. Alright, so you use a key point, rush past Kolvok and the strange dirty man who is being pursued by these fish thingies, and you run up on the one that attacked Kolvok, and go ahead and make your 2 attacks. I've messed that up before. Now that I think about it, yeah. I've messed that up before. God damn it. If you use Step of the Wind, you only get 2 attacks because your bonus action gives you that 3rd attack, or potentially 4th attack. So yes, 2 attacks on this guy as you rush up on him.
16.
16? Yep, that'll hit. Oh, what?
20.
Oh, yeah, that'll do too. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 altogether.
12 altogether. You don't cut off my arm and then say that's Zach, and then you put my arm back on and say that's Zach altogether. Alright, so that was combat. Kolvok, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll attack
there are 4 targets, I suppose. Yeah, 4 targets 60 feet away from you. No, not 60. Shit. I fucked that up. No, wait, no, I didn't fuck that up, because they were 90 feet away, they moved 30 feet closer, so yes, they would have been 60 feet from combat. So, you, Kolvok, move 40 feet, which would have made them 50 feet away. They moved 30 feet, so there are 4 targets 20 feet away from you. Would you like to go on the one that combat is on, the one that hit you, or would you like to go for one of the other 3 targets?
whoever's got the biggest profile.
Huh?
Wherever the most or from closest to me.
15 feet between each of them.
Sure, yeah, whichever.
They're in a line.
Oh.
A wall line pressing towards you guys. They like split up in a fan formation.
Okay.
Okay. The one that's combat is on or not?
Sure, yeah.
Which is
The one with combats.
okay. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Owie.
$21? Yep, that'll hit. Yep. 21 damage. Alright, so you run up on that one, and run your sword through its gut and then rip out to the side, and you watch as its guts spill out and it collapses to the ground dead.
Cool. Oh, wow. I guess I'll go for the next one in the middle.
Okay. Your left. Yep. Alright, so you rip out the guts of the first one, turn, and rush towards the second one, slash down, getting a cut across from his right shoulder down leftward, and score 12 points of damage on him. He is bleeding, purple-ish blood, and that is your turn. Is Boar back?
Yep.
You had one more attack.
Sweet.
Although that guy is technically dead that you attacked. But I'll just transfer the damage to somebody else.
Why would I... Okay, I was gonna say they could attack a dead body.
We'll just say you were like, you hit that guy and you changed targets.
Okay.
Do you want to hit the guy that Kolvok is attacking now, or do you want to hit one of the two far end targets?
Might as well take the target down fast. I'll help attack the other one.
Okay, so we'll say you stuck an arrow, and that's why Kolvok turned on that guy.
So I got 15 plus 11, so 21.
Yep, that'll hit. 15 plus 11, that's 26.
Oh, sorry. It's been a long week. I'm tired.
These things happen.
And then a D8 plus my dex, right?
Yes.
8.
Alrighty. Yeah, so, with the arrow and the sword wound, this guy is still standing. So, it was Kolvar. We're not done with initiative. I was just getting his second attack from his first round. Shadow, it is your turn. Kolvok has killed one. There are 5 still standing. There are 3 within 50 feet of you, and then 2 that are out 90 feet. A female in... what? Yes, but because of the thick canopy, I will definitely say that, I shouldn't, well, yeah, never mind. I didn't do it for Boar, so never mind. Although he got, like, really high rolls, so I don't think it would have fucking mattered. So yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, I'll say the femininely looking one, you have a bit of a clearer sight. She has quarter cover, but the bladed one is, got half cover.
Should I move better sight?
Yeah, you can move, basically, like, because of how thick the trees are, like, you can only ever kind of get, like, quarter cover when it comes to range.
Or possibly deliver stuff if you go great.
Yes. But that, again, is just melee. Which gets around the cover bullshit.
Alright, I got to move up.
Alright. Yeah, well, you could move to get an angle on the bladed guy, but still, like, no matter how you kind of position yourself, he'll still have, like, quarter cover. Like, if you want to attack him, you can adjust so that you can hit him better, but no matter what, because of just the thick canopy of trees and such, he'll always have at least quarter cover. That range.
Alright, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Very good. Make your scorching ray. Very, very well. So quarter cover is just +2 to AC. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna do shit. 12 to hit. All right, so you charge up the energy for your first blast, send it out. It streaks towards him. You're pretty sure you're dead on, but then the beam just barely catches the tree and just kind of leaves a nice little like flame pock in the side of it. As you can see, this kind of just a little small fire burning now on the side of it. Get a little frustrated, send your second blast. You're pretty sure you're right on, but boom, splashes right into the side of the tree trunk again. Get frustrated a little more, compensate. You're like, okay, I was hitting dead center. I need to go a little off to the left now. So you go a little off to the left and boom, hit dead center right on your target. The creature's armor class was 12 because of the cover. That's why you missed.
Dicks.
So yeah, roll your damage for the third beam. 8 damage. Alright, yep. Leave a bit of a decent scorch mark. It kind of looks down at the blast that you created, looks up to you and kind of hisses out. And yes, and now it is its turn. And it is going to... Right. The one you attacked, Shadow, will move forward 30 feet, and it holds up its staff that it's carrying with it, and it points it out towards you, and it begins chanting and moving its arms around in a similar fashion that you are familiar with when it comes to spell casting, and it surges out some sort of energy towards you, and you can feel your body beginning to seize and lock up. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Sixteen. No, wrong book. Yep. All right. So you can feel this, whatever this spell that this creature cast on you. It's trying to lock up your body in a still position, making it easier for its friends to gang up and just start beating the shit out of you. But it seems that you concentrate on the will of your body, and you are able to stave off the effects and not suffer paralysis from this spell. And the creature seems to swear in a language that none of you are familiar with. And next is the blade dude. He will move forward. $30 and seems to hold his position. Next, we are back at the top with Boar.
Alright, who's the next target?
So the dude you shot with your second shot is still standing next to Kolvok. There are two similarly armed individuals in close proximity to Kolvok and combat, and then a sort of wizardly entity seemed to step forward and try to cast some spell on Shadow, but seemed unsuccessful. And then a much larger, seems like the largest and most armored of the group, wielding a blade, sort of just kind of perused his way into the battlefield, as if trying to assess where his best position is.
I'll just finish off the other guy.
Alright, go ahead and roll your first attack.
15.
15?
21.
Yep, that'll hit.
Three.
3? And then your dex modifier, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry, 8.
Alright, so, send your second arrow into him. He kind of, as he's sort of engaged there in melee with Kolvok, your arrow sinks into his shoulder, and he kind of turns real quickly, sees you, but then turns his attention back to Kolvok, not sure which he should focus on. Still standing, though. Make your second attack.
Dang, this guy's tough. 16.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I get the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Yeah, plus 5.
Alright, so he's looking back and forth between you and Kolvok, and he takes his eyes off of you for a moment. You pull back the arrow, release. As he turns back towards you, your arrow hits right into his eye and goes out the other side of his head, and he flops down dead.
Yeah.
So, next are the Smashers. So, one is going to come on... Oh, that's phrasing. One is going to approach you, Kolvok, and one is going to approach you, Combat. First, 2 attacks on you, Kolvok. I miss with 1, but make up for it with a natural 20. Alright, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as one of them hits you with his hammer. And then Combat, 2 attacks on you. Those both will hit. And 15 points total of bludgeoning damage as he swings down the hammer, brings it down on your shoulder, and then loops it around to the side and cracks into your ribs with the second attack. So now it is your turn, Combat. You have a fishman wielding a large hammer standing there next to you, ready to strike again.
Alright, we'll attack him.
Alrighty, go for it. Are you, is that what you got on the dice? Like,
Yeah.
that's what you got on the dice?
No.
Because you should have like a +9 to hit for your attacks.
I have the wrong thing. Hold on. 15.
15? Okay, yeah, that'll hit him.
I had that like plus or something. 13.
13 damage
No.
to hit on the second attack. Second attack, he will dodge out of the way.
Yeah, 23.
23, that will hit. Alrighty, so you run up on this guy, come up with a knee into his gut, staggers him a bit. You come to punch him in the face, but he backs out of the way of that, and then you come back with the elbow. He wasn't seeing that coming, and you hit him in the jaw, and it rattles him a bit, and 16 points of damage. Very good. So next after combat would be Kolvok. You, the guy you were engaged with, he was torn between the archer and you, and then because of that confusion, he took an arrow to the eye, and he is no longer an adventurer. What would you like to do? Combat is engaged with the guy who's on the far right. There's an open enemy to the far left. There is the big plated dude, or there is the robed mage castery type.
How far is the mage?
Like 20 feet.
I'll go for that one.
Okie dokie. Make your attacks. Yeah.
14 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's still standing.
5, 26,
Yeah, all three of those hit.
uh, 17.
Okay. You run towards the mage casterly type and bring your sword up from left up to right and slash across, and then go for a stab, get into her gut a bit, and then withdraw your sword. She's very angry, but she's still alive. Alright, so next would be Shadow.
How many do I want to set on?
4. There's the heavy plated guy, the priestly type engaged with Kolvok, the single one off to the far left, and then the one that combat is engaged with off to the far right. I would, yeah, he still, if you move around, he will still have quarter cover. Okay. What would you like to hit him with?
Scorching ray.
Very good.
17.
Brings up his shield and blocks your blast. 23. As he does that, you blast right underneath and you actually scorch a nice hole through his plate armor and score a hit on him.
Natural one.
All right. No friendlies would be in line of the attack. Roll a percentage die for me, combat. Or, I mean, Shadow. Or D1, yeah, percent on. D100. Bloody blah. Same difference.
So two that look alike, right?
Yes. One with the tens, one with the singles.
Uh, 107.
So you got 10 on one and 7 on the other? 007?
Yes.
So that would be 7.
Oh, okay. Then I just really nice.
Yeah, if it's the double zeros on the 10s, that means it's just gonna be the zeros, basically. So if you roll like 00 and 2, then it's 2, 00 and 5, 5. 00 and 0, however, is 100.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
107.
Alright, so you got 7. So, as you go to fire your third blast, the because of the damage in your staff, the spell backfires and shoots you right in the face. So you're gonna roll damage on yourself. Thankfully, you used a fire spell and you have resistance to fire, so it's not really gonna do that much to you. So roll damage on your first one to the enemy, and then, or second one, but and then roll damage on yourself.
6.
6 on the enemy. Going for the plated guy.
Of course.
Yep. And then,
And on myself.
oh jeez. I mean, it was point blank. So yeah, you blast yourself with some fieriness. You were a little disappointed about that. And, yeah, that ends your turn. Unless you would like to move, I'm assuming probably not. You probably like your position for the most part. So yeah. Next, the priestly type in front of you, Kolvok, is going to make some hand motions and speak in a language you cannot understand, and I would like you, Kolvok, to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I'll bring it back.
Very good, sir. Yeah.
Facing the cast with me right next to him.
It's not a ranged attack. It's making you make a save throw. That's like your best bet for doing things. You might get an opportunity attack, but I don't remember how that exactly works out. And I don't remember what fucking page to look for that shit.
Natural 20.
Yes, I hear. Yeah, opportunity attacks are only when creatures move out of engagement range. Yeah, so whatever she casts a spell on you, you feel your muscles seizing up, but you are able to stave off the effects of whatever magic she was trying to do. And next, the armored guy will come up behind you, Kolvok. And he is going to make 3 attacks with his sword. First attack will hit. Uh, 12 damage on the first one. Second one will hit. 9 damage on the second one. And then the third one will hit. And 5 points of damage on the final attack. So as we come to the top of initiative, we will finish this next week. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed your time. Will the party be able to defeat the strange fish creature and save the dirty man? Find out next time on Dungeons & Dragons.
Awesome. Night, guys.
Good night.